Welcome back to the Think Strong Network Bible Study. Did you know the Bible might contain a hidden signature? I'm talking about a divine fingerprint, something woven right into its fabric that no human author could have possibly designed on their own. It's this mind-bending idea that there's a pattern hidden just under the surface of the text. And it's a pattern so intricate, so consistent, that it completely challenges everything we think we know about how this ancient collection of books came together. You know, for so many of us, the Bible can sometimes feel like this big library, a collection of amazing stories, some rules, and of course those powerful verses we lean on. And it is all of that. But what if I told you it's so much more? That there's this hidden architecture holding the whole thing together. So let's peel back that first layer, okay? Let's explore this hidden architecture together. I'm telling you, what we're about to look at has the power to totally transform how you read Scripture. The secret is in what some call prophetic threads. Think of these as patterns, messages, and prophecies that connect and interlock across the entire Bible, even when the writers were separated by hundreds of years. It's like, imagine a bunch of people, each given one puzzle piece, but none of them have ever seen the picture on the box. And yet somehow, every single piece fits together perfectly to create one stunning, coherent image. And this brings us to what you can only call an impossible collaboration. The unity we see in the Bible isn't just unlikely. From a human standpoint, it is statistically mind-blowing. Let's just look at the numbers for a second. First up, the authors. We're talking about more than 40 different writers. And these guys weren't a team working in some office. They were kings, fishermen, prophets, shepherds, people from completely different walks of life. And this didn't happen over a few years. Oh no. These writings span an incredible 1,500 years. Can you just imagine the changes in culture, in language, and worldview over that much time? I mean, the sheer scale of this project is just wow. The writing happened across 3 different continents: Asia, Africa, and Europe. It was written in 3 original languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, all by over 40 authors who, for the most part, never even met each other. Just try to wrap your head around pulling this off today. Even with all of our technology, you couldn't. These authors had no group chats, no Zoom calls, no shared Google Docs to keep the storyline straight. And yet, despite all of that separation in time and space, what do we get? One single cohesive storyline, one consistent heartbeat, one unified message of redemption from Genesis to Revelation. So how is that even possible? By any human standard, it's not. It's impossible. This level of unity points to something else, something more. It points to a divine fingerprint, the work of one single guiding author behind all the human hands. And you see this conversation across time everywhere. You have Moses writing about the law in the desert, and then centuries later you have David singing about that very same law from a cave. Isaiah prophesies about a suffering servant, and that's fulfilled over 700 years later. The Apostle John on the island of Patmos picks up on a vision that Ezekiel had hundreds of years before him. It's a seamless dialogue that spans millennia. And listen, this isn't just some nice idea or, religion talk. When you really step back and look at the evidence, the only conclusion you can come to is one of pure mathematical, historical, and literary shock value. The odds of this happening by random chance are basically 0. Think about our world right now. Trends on social media are gone by sunset, right? Public opinion shifts with every new algorithm. The message is constantly changing. And yet, this ancient book stayed locked in, consistent, unified for thousands of years. That, right there, is supernatural. Okay, so this is incredible history, but it's not meant to just stay in a history book. This grand, divine pattern has a direct and powerful meaning for us, for you, right here, right now. So let's talk about what that really means. I want you to let this sink in for a second. If God can take 40 different people across 15 centuries and weave their individual stories into one unified masterpiece, that He can absolutely take the chaotic, messy, confusing pieces of your life and weave them into a beautiful story of purpose. If He can align the words of strangers who never even met, you better believe He can align the next steps of your personal journey. The Bible isn't just a book. It is proof. It's proof that God does His absolute best work over time, across generations, and through imperfect people like you and me who just say yes. So if He can pull one single incredible story across 1,500 years, trust me, He can pull you through whatever season you are in right now. So let's bring this all home. As we get ready to close, I want to leave you with a couple of questions to really think on. First, after hearing all of this, what's the one thing that just jumps out at you? Is it the sheer scale of it all? The idea of a divine author? Or maybe it's the personal promise it holds for your own life? I'd love to hear it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. And second, how can you apply this truth to your life, like this week? How does knowing that God is the master weaver of stories, how does that change the way you look at your own circumstances? Share your perspective, because your experience could be the exact thing someone else needs to read today. And just a quick reminder, all the material that helped frame our study today was created by our good friends over at The Educational Highway.
So let me leave you with this final thought. The very same mind that orchestrated that impossible unity all throughout history is at work in our world and in our lives today. And if he did it then, you can trust he's still doing it now.